Hey friends. So I had a really powerful experience this morning during meditation, and this has been kind of an ongoing uh, thing I've been wrestling with in a way. Like, how much time do I actually spend sitting on a cushion meditating? Because the only time I allocate for meditation is in the morning, and I get up as early as I can bear, and I try to make it as early as possible to give myself as much time as possible before my day kind of gets going. There's a whole kind of like breakfast, wake up Annalise, get the morning started kind of routine that the more regular we make it, the easier and the smoother our mornings and days seem to go. So I got to build everything, all of my sort of like physical practice, meditation practice time, I have to build in before that. And I've been noticing recently that I've been skewing more into letting my yoga, qigong kind of stretching practice take up more time, and I'm spending less time on the cushion. And I noticed that when I sit in meditation, I've noticed it takes me a little while to get to that stillness. And it has my attention. I'm like, oh, okay, I need to make sure that I don't just, because it's on the one hand, it's really it feels really healthy to let our body do what it needs to do, move, stretch, feel. Time spent in the body with our awareness in the body, somehow discovering all the different nooks and crannies of the body is it's everything. I mean, it's not everything, but it's a huge kind of foundational practice for my life anyway. And but it's not the same thing as meditative stillness. It's a different character, and the effect is different. And so I've been kind of wrestling with it. Like, how am I doing too much? Should I be cutting that a little shorter and spending more time on the cushion? Well, this morning I got up nice and early, so I had enough time kind of to do a solid chunk of both. And I was sitting on the cushion, and I could feel the physical practice that I've been doing, which a lot of kind of spinal extension and flexion, letting the spine kind of feel undulations and move energy through there. I felt it in meditation. It was like there was this electric current that started to just kind of connect to my body. And I was like, oh, I see. That's why I've been leaning into this physical practice, because I'm opening up a channel that actually energizes the stillness. It actually creates, like, I don't least happen to wake up early. It's a good thing I got up early, because she woke up before my meditation was over. But as I was sitting there feeling this, I was like, I could sit here like this for 2 hours. I could sit here for 4 hours. I just felt like I could go forever, because I wasn't sort of like, there's no urgency, there was no pushing the body, there was no desire, I guess, no ego impulse. My body was just resting. And so and in rest it was becoming energized. And so I sort of connected these two practices in a way. I was like, oh, I'm not meditating. I'm just working on a different element of meditation right now. And so, but that element is going to infuse and very, very deeply affect the sitting practice and the stillness practice. And I think more than anything, it was just nice to feel that. I mean, I feel like I've been doing a lot of posts recently on letting go of trying, letting go of the sense of making an effort. In fact, this morning on my little meditation timer app on my phone, there was a quote from Brene Brown, and it was something like, let go of who you are trying to be and just be who you are. Kind of sounds like so cliche and simple, but it really resonated with me. I was like, oh, that's me right now. I'm in that process. What I spoke about a day or two ago about piano, letting go of the effort in piano, and how that has created kind of like a model in my awareness for how to approach all of life. It's like that felt sense of doing something that is clearly challenging and technically demanding, but doing it with kind of uncompromising ease is a lesson that just translates to everything. Uncompromising ease. That's actually a good phrase to keep in mind, because it means the ease with which, the ease and comfort with which we do something becomes kind of like the highest point of reference. We don't judge the activity based on how well did we do it. What was our performance? We judge it based on how easy was it? How uncompromising was I in the peacefulness with which I engaged? And the reason why that's a good standard is because it includes everything else. You can't do it with ease. I mean, if you could, for example, you could play a piano piece with ease, but either missing half the notes or not playing it with expression. There are ways in which we could take ease to mean a kind of letting go, or a sort of like throwing up our hands and just not making an effort. But that's not the kind of ease that is the outgrowth of a rigorous spiritual practice. The ease that's the outgrowth of a rigorous practice is a kind of acknowledging the effort required for every little step, every little detail. If it's a piano piece, every single technical element, every curve, every nook, every cranny of the piece, acknowledging every single one of those little details. And then simply being uncompromising about working on them until they're easy, and not ever stopping until the whole thing is easy. Never letting a single bit be induce tension. And it's not as it's not as easy as it looks. It's not as easy as it sounds for things to be so easy. But so I think I don't know. In a way, I'm sort of articulating a new standard for myself and a new yardstick, because again, I noticed this rippling out into my life, and And I noticed, like my physical practice, which I kind of started this post talking about, I noticed that taking up space and really just kind of wanting to lean into that. And there definitely was like a little bit of a should in my head, like I should go sit down. I should also make sure I meditate because I know Annalise is going to wake up any minute. But having the experience I had this morning, and then this again, kind of in conjunction with this permission slip from Brene Brown to be who I am, not to have to be anything I'm not, just created a kind of, it's like it crystallized an understanding around this notion of uncompromising ease. And I think I'm gonna see where else that applies, see how much I can apply that across all of my life, and really kind of take seriously that that's the heart of it. That's the heart of the matter. Making everything easy doesn't mean that it's all easy when you start. It means the practice draws us forward into that ease. So that's what I got today, folks. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. All the love in the world. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.